Hey, everybody. Welcome to my booth. I'm Jay. Happy Thursday to you. Today's sample is from Lvl-Up Gaming. A booth buddy. If you want to check out what the booth buddies is all about, it's just a way to support this channel, but it gives you priority access to me and feedback like this if you want to jump the queue, as it were. So you can check that out down below. Other ways to support. Obviously, being here is a great way to do it. And if you want to click the buttons, always appreciated. It's always appreciated. And if you want to submit a sample like this, then how do you do it? There's a form. It's in the description. You can send it to me there. Okay. Can you tell it's a Monday when I'm recording this? Because I can. A little behind the scenes peep. Okay. Lvl-Up Gaming was looking for, they said they tackled some mouth sounds. I think they did. Let's give it a listen.
Novanet, your home's ultimate internet upgrade. Blazing fast speeds, reliable connections, and seamless coverage. Elevate your online experience with Novanet. Visit our website or call us today.
Yeah, no mouth sounds at all. So good job there. And that said, we'll just focus on the fun stuff, performance, engineering, all of the good things that we get to. First, really small note. This happens a couple of times in your spots, but I'll just say it this once. At the end, just be careful when you start the fade that you're not fading your voiceover too early. I don't know that there's necessarily anything wrong with it. This may just be a subjective thing with me, but it kind of, to me, feels like somebody leaving the conversation as it's still going on. And it just kind of like is a, oh, I don't know, it's a little flag for me. So this little bit.
Visit our website or call us today.
Just wait until or call us today is still full voice and then you can start the fade in my humble opinion. Let's keep listening and then we'll go back through.
Discover a new world of fitness at Vitality Hub. Innovative, diverse, and full of equipment for your fitness journey. Join Vitality Hub today. Elevate your health, connect, and thrive. DriveMax Auto Hub invites you to the
That one's kind of the inverse. It sounds kind of like you're fading into, yeah, you can kind of see it a little bit maybe, that you're fading into your voiceover on that one. So just be careful that you're doing it on both ends, I guess, on the front and the back end, that you're not fading in or out on your VO.
DriveMax Auto Hub invites you to the ultimate car buying experience. This weekend, prepare to be dazzled by our special event, showcasing a world where exceptional variety meets incredible savings.
Just because you were noting it, I do think I heard a couple mouth sounds in this one right here.
This weekend, prepare to be dazzled.
Yeah. And somebody asked this question recently, but they asked, hey, with Spectral view, can you see mouth clicks? What do they look like? What's going on there? This right here is what a mouth click looks like. And Lvl-Up, it's not prominent. I missed it on the first listen through, so, take this with a grain of salt. But for those who are curious, in a Spectral view here, this is what a mouth click looks like. The reason why it looks like this is a click is a really sharp, singular moment that hits a few frequencies. So right here, it's basically just these lines. So if I play it, you can hear the little clicks there. In Adobe Audition, you can go up to this little heal button, spot healing brush, or just press B on your keyboard. This little brush comes up and you can go over it. Ta-da! Gone. Magic. The magic of technology. Anyway, you can do that if you hear one and you're like, I really don't want to go through and re-record that. That's one way that you can fix it. Anyway, for those who are curious, let's listen to this one again because I've lost the thread.
DriveMax Auto Hub invites you to the ultimate car buying experience. This weekend, prepare to be dazzled by our special event, showcasing a world where exceptional variety meets incredible savings. Welcome to Kid Reads, where stories aren't just told, they're lived. Meet unforgettable characters and let young imaginations soar. A vast world of stories is waiting. Join us today at Kid Reads.
Nice. I really like the Kid Reads one. I don't know why. I feel like the other ones are fine, are good and fine as well, but for some reason, the energy you bring to this Kids Read one is really nice overall. So let's start there and break it down. So my first instinct is overall, it's a really nice take. And I think for kid stuff in particular, that really bright, positive vibe is wonderful. Hey, look at this. You can come Kid Reads. Check this out. And I think that you're hitting that note in a lot of ways. The one part that I think we could use maybe a subtle shift more towards the conversational is this one.
Join us today.
Join us today. It just sounds a little unnatural, like you're putting on that sort of overly friendly affect, which isn't present in the rest of the spot, at least to me in some respects. So in the join us today, I do it automatically now, but the shrug, join us today is all you need to do. You don't have to put it sounds like you're just overworking the dough on this little phrase a smidge.
At Kid Reads.
I like the way you've ended it. I wonder if you could try at Kid Reads with like a wink. At Kid Reads. And whenever I say do the shrug, do the wink, do the smile, all of that stuff, do the gesture, do the weighing thing. All of those things, physically do them. Whenever you have the opportunity to engage your body in whatever you're reading or talking about in a script, do it because it takes you out of your head and into your body, which is huge in a lot of ways. So wink, shrug for this last little bit is a great idea.
Welcome to Kid Reads, where stories aren't just told, they're lived. Meet unforgettable characters and let young imaginations soar.
The other thing, I've been saying this a ton, so maybe I should do a video dedicated on it. But when you're saying this stuff, and this would hold true for all of your spots here, this is just the example that I'm choosing to describe it on. But as you're saying certain things, welcome to Kid Reads. For some reason, I envision this like in a library or something like that. Like, welcome to Kid Reads. Like it's a physical space is what I'm trying to get at here. And the reason it's a physical space in my imagination is because that helps me to introduce the audience to something that's real and tangible. So when I say welcome to Kid Reads, it's a sort of like the take me out of my body or out of my head and into my body thing where sort of like what I say, hey, everybody, welcome to my booth. Like I have a physical booth here, so it makes it easy to say, welcome, this is my booth, welcome here. And it's grounded in something that's actual and real. And I'm not having to imagine like a booth in some transient space or whatever. So all to say, in each of the things that you're saying here, welcome to Kid Reads. Where is it? What does it look like? What kind of a space? You've got the vibe down where it's a positive, welcoming environment.
Where stories aren't just told.
Where stories aren't just told. Now, when you're saying that, what's the image that comes to mind for you? Is it like someone having a puppet? Is it someone playing the guitar as they're telling the story? Is it a full-on play, production? Is it a multimedia experience or something like that? Having an actual image in mind that you can point to and be like, it looks like this, can help to ground you even more.
They're lived.
So I guess that whole thing would be tied together where stories aren't just told, they're lived. And what does it look like when someone's living those stories? Are the kids participating? Is it all of these questions? They can help just give you more of a real, tangible foundation that can help make your voiceover more like actualized in a lot of ways.
Meet unforgettable characters and let young imaginations soar.
So who are the unforgettable characters? What do they look like? What's their deal? Is it a giant dragon? Is it a friendly mouse? Is it Elmo? Does Elmo show up here? All of those things are important questions to have real specific answers to. And young imaginations soar. What does that look like? Are you helping a kid draw a painting? Are they making a comic book? Are they writing their own stories? Are they acting on stage, et cetera, et cetera? I think I've made my point in that respect, but as specific as you can be in all of those regards will just help your performance in general. Let's jump back to this first one.
Novanet, your home's ultimate internet upgrade. Blazing fast speeds, reliable connections, and seamless coverage. Elevate your online experience with Novanet. Visit our website or call us today.
So, again, solid read. And the next step, all of the stuff that I just said. When you're saying, welcome to
Novanet, your home's ultimate internet upgrade.
What does that look like? What does that mean? And it's interesting when you talk about like corporate stuff like this or technological things that aren't as fun and readily imaginative as the kid story version stuff. So here it's like problem solution, your home's, what is it?
Your home's ultimate internet upgrade.
Ultimate internet upgrade. Like you thought what you had was good, but check this out, and like what specific improvements it makes to these people's lives.
Blazing fast speeds, reliable connections, and seamless coverage.
And each one of those things, this is another thing that I'd say a lot, but blazing fast speeds, seamless connections, and the other thing that I can't remember because my short-term memory is blasted at this moment, but listing things on your fingers is always really, really valuable because it separates them, but it keeps them connected because they're all going to be on the list still. So blazing fast connections, reliable this thing and that over there. It makes them different, but still connected. And so there's that. Listing them on your fingers will help in that respect. But also, same thing I was talking about, blazing fast speeds. What does that look like? What does it mean for these people? What is the image that would be, if this were a TV ad, what infographic would be playing? Is it like an engine revving or whatever? Stable connections, you can either have that image in mind or I'm losing the thread, but I think I've made my point in that respect. And the last thing I'll say about all of that is that's homework. You don't have to show me your homework. It's like, professional athletes go to the gym to improve their strength and endurance, but they don't show up to the game and be like, I can bench 325, because that's irrelevant. And in like movies and stuff, the reason that actors do all that crazy like method acting stuff behind the scenes, frankly, now it's kind of obnoxious where they're like, I didn't shower for 6 years. I put on 200 pounds of muscle and took steroids to become this character. It's more like pageantry of the process than anything else. With this, it's like, listen, you learn the thing so that you know the mechanics behind it, and then it informs everything else. The way to think about it, probably in a more grounded sense, would be like, I personally love running. I run pretty much every day, or at least I do when I'm not injured, as I am currently. But if I were to talk about running, I have real images in mind about what that is, what it means. I can tell you the mechanics of like what a shoe does and why the shoe is like that. And basically, you want to become or imagine yourself as a minor expert of everything that you're talking about, because you don't have to know exactly what you're talking about. You just have to have an image in your mind that you're tying it to, if that makes sense. Because, for example, if I'm doing a corporate narration of like, I don't know, microchips, I'm not an electrician or a electronics engineer. I don't know how hardware computational processes work. But as I read the thing, I have to have specific images about what the mechanisms do because I need to sound like an expert. And I'm never going to be an expert in microelectronics, but I got to sound like one. So part of it is come up with an image in your mind. It doesn't have to be right, but you have to commit to it. And that'll take you a long, long way. I think actually I talk about this in an upcoming interview that I did with one of the authors that I have narrated a few of their books. It was a great conversation, so keep your eye out for that. Anyway, great work, Level Up Gaming. I hope I answered some of your questions. And until the next one of these, everybody, be well, have a great weekend, and I'll see you there. Toodles.